What is InDesign Snap to Grid and how do you use it? Imagine working on a design and everything just lines up perfectly without you having to guess or move things around repeatedly. That's what Snap to Grid does in Adobe InDesign. It's a handy tool that helps you align objects, text, and other elements by automatically pulling them toward the nearest intersection of a grid when you move, resize, or draw. This makes your layout look cleaner and more organized without extra effort. InDesign offers two main types of grids. The first is the document grid, which is a network of horizontal and vertical lines spaced evenly across your page. The second is the baseline grid, which is used specifically to align text baselines across columns and frames. When Snap to Grid is turned on, objects or text will magnetically stick to these grid lines or intersections, making it easier to keep everything in order. To start using Snap to Grid, you first need to enable it. Go to the View menu, then select Grids and Guides. Make sure Snap to Document Grid is checked if you want objects to align to the main grid. If you want your text to align to a baseline grid, check Snap to Baseline Grid. You can also toggle the visibility of the grid lines here, which helps you see where things will snap. You can customize the grid spacing and subdivisions in the Preferences menu under Guides and Pasteboard. This allows you to set the size and density of your grid based on your project needs. For example, if you are designing a magazine layout, you might set the document grid to 0.25 inches for subdivisions for precise placement. When you move or resize objects near a grid line, they will snap into place within a certain zone called the Snap to Zone. You can adjust this zone in Preferences if you want objects to snap more or less aggressively. If both Snap to Guides and Snap to Document Grid are active, the grid usually takes priority. Using the baseline grid is especially useful for text. When you activate the baseline grid and apply Align to Baseline Grid to your paragraphs, all your lines of text will line up perfectly across columns and frames. This creates a professional look and makes your text easier to read. Objects will snap to guides on any layer unless those guides are hidden. Guides are different from grids because they are customizable lines you place yourself, but snapping to guides works the same way. Remember, snapping works even if the grid isn't visible, as long as guides are visible. From a workflow perspective, Snap to Grid is a real time saver. It helps you create layouts that are visually balanced and consistent without spending extra time adjusting each element manually. Whether you're working on a multi-column brochure, a poster, or a complex magazine spread, this tool keeps everything aligned and tidy. In short, Snap to Grid in Adobe InDesign is a feature that automatically pulls objects and text to the nearest grid lines or intersections. Turning it on and customizing the grid settings makes your design process smoother and your layouts more precise. It's a simple yet powerful way to keep your work neat, professional, and easy to adjust.